Hamish and Andy podcasts.
This podcast is blue as you'll be if you forget to listen to the big news from You by Kotex at the end of this podcast.
We're joined in the studio, the stars of BoyTown. There's three of them, Mick Malloy, Glenn Robbins and Bob Franklin. Thanks for coming in, fellas.
We really got our pants off.
Yeah, we have.
I know.
A lot of people don't believe that we do Pants Off Friday, but we've got, this is like sort of, from the bottom down, it looks sort of like a mafia steam room. Sort of sitting here with our dacks off.
Have you had other people in my seat with their pants off?
Chad Kroger sat in that very seat
Yes.
with your pants on.
But between Chad, Natalie Bassingthwaite.
Yeah.
Between Chad and Glenn, Natalie Bassingthwaite.
Well, there should
pants
be
off.
police tape up around that chair, quite obviously. Glenn, though, your upper thighs are kind of chunky in that dwarf-like manner.
What do you mean? How dare you sit
They're
there
slightly
like...
abnormal.
Who have just leapt up to the table and switched the radio off.
Hey, stop.
We are here to talk not so much about our underpants, although there's always a time and a place for that, but to talk about BoyTown, the new film coming out. It's a brilliant film, and it's done on, obviously, as a homage to boy bands. Now, Mick, Bob was just telling us off air, about 3 years ago, he saw a first draft for the film. Do you get worried that, because it's a great area for parody, like it's a brilliant area to play in, do you start to worry, what if someone pinches it in the first? As soon as you've had the idea, you think, well, God, maybe it's obvious. Maybe someone's going to steal it.
There's been a few boy band parodies, but they tend to not run much longer than sketches.
Yeah.
They tend to, by nature, just be a bit of a piss take. We had an idea that we thought was slightly beyond the normal, that being they end up writing songs for women their own age. So we were pretty confident that wouldn't go, but we did actually feel it was fairly ripe terrain, as we did with Crackerjack and Lawn Bowls, although, you know, no one's still had a crack at that genre, have they?
You've ruined it for everyone.
Not
You've
before.
reached the summit. No one can top it.
and nothing else. I felt that the big boy band film had never been made.
What I was wondering was, with all the characters, they are really kind of minutely worked over. You do get the sense that a lot of thought and stuff has been put into each and every character. Did you get to do it yourselves? I mean, did everyone sort of get to go away with their character and come back with ideas about what they'd like their character to be?
I think that's true. We'd kind of get them so developed and then push them out to sea. And when you're writing specifically with these guys in mind, like we'd go away and go, right, well, Glenn is going to be Benny G. You only develop it to a certain point, and then, you let him put the baubles on the Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
So was there a heap of ad-libbing, Glenn, on the day, obviously, and while you're shooting the whole thing, or did you get a bit of time with the script beforehand?
Oh, no, you don't ad-lib with mix around.
Oh.
No, it's just, don't even, unapproachable. You knock on the caravan door, maybe he will come out and say, but no, it didn't really need it. I mean, we rehearsed a bit for a few weeks, and then we did what I think was interesting in that we kind of did like because none of us are from the music industry, and we don't sing, we did like a dance boot camp. So we kind of, we rehearsed for about, a month was it?
It was about a month down at Dance
almost-
World.
And I tell
There's
you,
such a place?
There is. If it still exists, it may well have been closed down.
I turned up for the first one, and it was like for half an hour the first day, and I was stuffed. You'd rehearse for, say, 3-4 hours, and then Pamela would do
Pamela
the thing
dance
where if you weren't good, you had to stay in. Stay in.
So instead of writing lines, you had to tap out 1,000 dance steps.
Man.
Is there a point, Glenn, that when you're doing these dance moves that now you think you're proficient at it, and it goes from having a laugh at yourself to, no, I'm actually quite good at this?
Oh, no, absolutely.
And I'll tell you when that point is. It's about 3 a.m. at a party. When you've had a couple, have a look at this.
Well, we're about to hear the song I Cry.
Sure.
Now, I understand this. I found remarkable is you guys actually don't sing this one. You got people in to sing your own voices. Now, did you have to find someone with a British accent, Bob, to be singing your bits?
What do you think of your singer, Bob? Was he all right?
Yes, I was very pleased with him.
Well, my
He
question...
does all my songs now.
Now, one of you...
The guy who does my voice
What's his name, Bram?
He is Bram. He's
Yeah.
about 6'3", a Jewish punk rocker in a band called Yidcore, and he has rainbow-coloured dreadlocks.
He does, and he taught me criminology at university. And he does criminology at university, and it was more like a gig.
And?
We'd all go in to learn. He could have squeezed the whole thing into 5 minutes,
Sure.
but he sit there doing gear and song. You can hurry this up, mate.
And he's also the voice of the Sunraysia commercial.
Is he?
This guy's Australia's next big thing.
The Sunraysia commercial.
Oh, forget about Greg Fleet being the yellow dog in the home hardware ad. This guy is Australia's next big voice talent.
I can't watch that ad the same way now.
HamishandAndy.com.au